we're going to try. So here we go. I'm going to do racing. Sorry, I'm going to go racing while I feel what's going. We are green, we are away. And Tame straight up the inside of Fleming into turn 3. I'm sorry, I'm half distracted trying to work out why there's no audio. I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear the game audio? Max, let me know if you can hear the game audio, if that's a thing you can hear as well. It's a great start from Bishop. He's a former World Tour driver, Bishop. We've got Liam Tame in second, and then Fleming third. Nick Carter in fourth in the 711 Porsche, and then Matt Simmons in fifth, another former World Tour driver. I can't hear anything, so this is fun. I can hear absolutely nothing in my ear, so I have no game audio whatsoever. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm glad you can hear something. I can't hear shit. This is a good start from these guys. It's nice and clean. We're going to check in for everything. Here's Matt Simmons. He's in fifth at the moment. He's got Neem right behind him and Denetti in seventh. I'm running blind here. I'm running with zero audio and I don't know how to feel about it. And then we've got Josh Green down in ninth, looking to have a good time here in this Porsche series. He's a bit uncommitted to the GT3 season at this stage, but we're looking forward to having him in this Porsche Cup series. And we've got Levick in 10th. Tyler Lanzo, another quick guy, he's in 11th, and I still don't understand why it's not just a linear sort of letting you look at people. The cars allowed, don't worry about that later. Yeah, I can't hear the mix sound. I'll turn the cars down. Here we go. Turn the cars down a bit. Is that better, Max? Let me know. You can be my on-the-fly audio mixer. This is oh man, welcome to the chaos. I don't know who's watching at the moment. We've got 4 people watching. So welcome to the people that are watching. So it's currently lower than the recommended bitrate. Hopefully that's as bad as it gets. Currently it looks okay at the moment. But if that sounds good, Max, then we're going to run with that. We've got Lanzo and Levick battling it away for the top 10 spot. We have, I believe, 17 cars on the grid for this one. We do. Burrows is down the back in last. Not sure what happened there, but Bishop is running away at the front here. The number 2 Porsche running away with this one so far. He's got a 1.7 second lead over Tame. We haven't had time to go through the formats of today's race, so we missed the 5-minute qualifying session that we had earlier. We've got 3 races, 3 20-minute races, all with a 5-minute qualifying session before them. And that is a car in the wall. I believe that was Cax. Green's also been in the wall. I'm trying to get on board with Green. There he is. He's also been in the wall. Not sure if that was a result of contact. So not entirely sure what might have happened there. We'll have to find out after the race. We'll check in with him a bit later. But for now, we are off and running. So this is looking pretty good so far. Green down in 14th, and then Nick Carter at the moment running in 4th. He's got Matt Simmons, or World Tour, former Gran Turismo World Tour. I think I've already mentioned that, but he's right behind him. And then we've got Neem in 6th, and then Lanzel and Levick now battling for 9th place as a result of the contact with Josh Green earlier. These Porsche Cup cars, I'd love to be able to hear them because, man, they sound good. But currently can't, which is annoying. I'm going to see if I can rectify that. So we're going to lose commentary for a minute here. I'm going to try and rectify my hearing issues. Stand by. Okay, I can now hear. I have audio now, which is excellent. Lanzel looks to the outside. Levick covers the inside, holds the middle line through the corner into turn 1. And there's some brilliant racing by these two for the lower paces in the top 10. They've dropped back from Mean a little bit, and they've got Scar only 2 seconds off at the moment. You would have seen we did recently some racing, and we had the GT3 cars around Bathurst. These are very different to the GT3 cars. They are a GT3 base, these Porsche Cup cars, but there's no traction control and very little room in the way of setup for these cars. So there's also no tyre blanket. So these tyres don't come out of the garage well, and these cars come out of the garage stone cold. And I mean stone cold. So that is an added challenge for these guys of getting these tyres up to temperature before they get further into this race. So we'll see time start to tumble as we get on into this race. We've got Rogers, bearing down. He was bearing down. He went a little bit wide on Sinclair there. And we've got Matt Donetti shaping the move up the inside of Mean. Actually, I think that was Mean on the outside of Donetti, looking to get up into 7th place. These guys trading places at the moment. Donetti holding on in the, I believe that is a pink Porsche 992 Cup car. Brilliant defense at turn 1. Mean looks to the outside, trying to get the move done. There's a little bit of contact, and that is Donetti around. Mean looked like he was going to spin as well, but he has kept going, it appears, and Donetti facing the wrong way, trying to get the car going again, waiting for the cars to go past, so he doesn't make contact with anybody. But wow, that is some heavy contact, and so unfortunate for Donetti, who was running so well up to that point. He was running a brilliant race, and that is so heartbreaking for him. Luckily, there is 2 more races to go before this one is over. So this battle is still going on. This is Lanzell and Levick. This is kicking off with these guys. So this is a bit of fun at the moment. And there's, a bit happening. Max, I don't know if I can get your thoughts on what happened in that incident. I know you're floating around in the chat. There's Takax down the order as well. And there's Bishop. So I believe this is still running smoothly so far. I don't think we've had any stream issues since we went back live. Hopefully they have resolved themselves. But we've got Burrows down in 16th as well, so he must have had an issue towards the start of this race as well. And he's pulling away from, I believe that is Takax at the moment. But he was ahead of Donetti, so seems like there's a bit going on in these early stages of the race. And this battle up the top of the order, Bishop, or Tame, Fleming and Simmons. Bishop has pulled away from these guys. This is for the podium places at the moment. And it is going on. This is good to watch. So Simmons found his way past Nick Carter, and it's going well. I think Donetti just understeered a bit more than expected. I think these cars are very tricky to drive, especially on cold tyres. They're a lot of fun though. A lot of fun. And that's being evidenced by some of the racing we're seeing here at the moment. Fleming is being hunted down by Simmons. Matt Simmons looking to get himself into these podium places at the moment. See if we can get Simmons on board. There he is. Here he is on board with Matt Simmons. This is great racing between these two so far. Great respect shown as well. This is really good to watch. And hello to everybody watching on Discord. I don't know, Max, if you want to make sure that the Discord links are up to date, so that people can jump in and watch if they so wish. This is going well so far. This is a nice little battle shaping up. They've just dropped off the back of Nick Carter. This is also good for Simon Bishop, who is pulling away at the front of this field. And yeah, these guys very quick indeed, having a great time out the front. Josh Green down in 14th, trying to work his way back through the field. Nick Carter in 5th as well, just lurking off the back of this guys. He's got Neem in behind him. I believe that's how you say it. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. But he is lurking off the back of Nick Carter at the moment as well, who is holding on to 5th place at this stage. So this is a little bit of fun. And we love a little bit of fun here at AGT, and these guys are not letting each other go. They're pushing each other to the absolute limit. We're approaching the halfway point of this race now. And yep, all in the name of fun, which is something we love to see. There we go, the halfway mark of the race. And all going well so far. Just checking the stream health to make sure that we're looking good. And I think we are looking good, which is making me happy. So, this is a battle that is shaping up. I cannot take my eyes off this battle at the moment. This is really good to watch. Let's take you through the field. So Bishop is leading the race at the moment. He's got a, if I go on board with Tame, he's got a 2.4 second lead over Tame at the moment, and then it's about half a second back to Fleming, and then about another second at the moment. He's just dropped off the back as Matt Simmons. A little bit of a mistake through that first sector means he drops off the back of these guys, but for the most part there, you could throw a blanket over these guys and they'd all be covered. But you look at what these guys are doing at the moment, and they are running extremely well at this stage. So Tame, Fleming and Simmons. Then you got Nick Carter in 5th, and then Neem in 6th, Main in 7th. I can get to him, and then Tyler Lanzell has got past Levick. Not sure if there might have been a bit of contact there. We did miss that, but he's dropped Levick quite significantly. He's now got Sinclair right in behind him, looking for that 9th place. And then Grant Scarr down in 11th at the moment, 3.5 seconds off these guys. And we've got Aiden Rogers in 12th, Matt Donetti 13th, fighting his way back to the field. Andrew Griffin 14th, and then Josh Green 15th. Simmons has got Fleming, so that is a change of position. And Fleming now finds himself in, he's going to have a look back up the inside of Matt Simmons, but that's going to turn to the outside as we come down towards turn 4, and Matt Simmons will hold on to 3rd place. So that is a change of position now. Matt Simmons finds himself up and putting Liam Tame in the firing line for the second step of that podium. Oh, a little bit loose coming out of the first sector onto the back straight, and then Nick Carter has Neem right in behind him now. So this is closing up as well between these two guys. So it's starting to heat up in this second half of the race. This is some good racing at the moment between these guys. Hopefully my microphone isn't too loud. Max, let me know if it is. But hopefully the audio mix is good. No one told me when we did the Bath stream the audio wasn't good. I went back and listened and realised you could hardly hear any of my co-commentators. So next time, Max, you've got to use words and tell me if something doesn't sound good. And that goes for everyone listening. We do appreciate feedback. We can adjust things. So if things aren't sounding quite right, things are a little bit too loud, things are a little bit too quiet, or not sitting quite well in the mix, let us know. And we can adjust it. That is not a problem at all. So all going well. This will be taking place again, hopefully on Sunday night, and for round 2. And then next week we've got round 3, which may not be broadcast, but round 4, the finale of this series, will be broadcast. I'm a little quiet, he says. I can turn myself up, that's fine. So I've turned myself up, there we go, a little bit louder. But we're going to broadcast most of the rounds of this. And then the week after, the Friday the 10th, we have a GT3 pre-season super sprint, which we will be broadcasting for you guys to listen to and to check out. And then after that is we're getting into season 1 on the 17th. Now, broadcast for 17th, we have not yet confirmed if that is happening or not, but for pretty much every other round, we will be broadcasting the GT3 season. So stand by on broadcast details for round 1, but round 2 onwards will definitely be broadcast. Do not worry about that. So this battle with 5 minutes to go is starting to take shape now. Matt Simmons wants to make a move on Liam Tame. He gets really loose through the final corner. There's Liam, and that gives Matt Simmons the ideal run down. I can't even call it a straight. It's not really a straight. The front curve looks to the outside into turn 1. but cannot make that move stick. So he's going to go for the switchback. That is absolutely beautiful. He has made that stick. That is gorgeous. That was brilliant from Matt Simmons. Just switched back through turn one, took advantage of the loose Porsche that Tame currently has underneath him, and just better drive off the corner and made that move stick. Absolutely brilliant, and gets himself up into second place. So Simon Bishop leads the way, 4 seconds over Matt Simmons now from Liam Tame in third. And then Fleming is in fourth. It was a lovely move indeed. Here's Josh Green in 13th now. Nick Carter holding on to 5th. He's got about a second back to Neem behind him. So we're going to monitor that gap as this race comes to an end. We're also monitoring that top 3 very closely, because it's getting exciting. Having a great time watching all this action. It's really been incredibly enjoyable. And that is, who's that off? That is Takax getting off. I believe that is getting out of the way. We've got a car parked in the pitch, which I believe is Josh Green. Not sure what's going on there. We'll try and find out. Sending a message. We got here Levick in 9th, some 15 seconds off Tyler Lanzell. It's all happening at the moment, and I think all the action seems to be up the front of the field at this stage. Sinclair still chasing down Levick, hasn't quite caught him yet. Was faster on the previous lap though, so these guys going tit for tat at the moment. We're getting word that Josh Green did in fact put it in the wall. The term was Fook smashed wall, so Gunter Steiner wouldn't be happy with him at the moment. But this battle, it's going on. It's still raging on up the front. They've sort of tried to space themselves out a little bit, not too much. He's not giving him much breathing room, Tame. He's holding on to Matt Simmons here. This is still going. Carter has got now just under a second back to Neem. And yellow flags being shown for Green, who is in the pit lane at the moment. I believe with some controversial damage. Too many beers, he says. So maybe a few less beers for Mr. Greenie, but you know, we all have fun here, and it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of a night out. It's a good time, but this is going well so far for these guys. They're having a great little battle up the front. There is Mr. Green in the pit lane, just sitting there waiting. We've got Nick Carter with Neem right behind him now, so he's had a really good first sector. Has Neem. He's done well to catch up as quickly as he has. This has been a brilliant opening to the lap. We've got about 1:40 left, so these guys will get one more lap in after this, I would suggest. So this is our second to last lap, so this is the second to last opportunity to make something happen. He's very strong through this middle sector though, is Carter, sorry. He has pulled away in the middle sector and got that gap out to a second again. So it's ebbing and flowing, but he's making it work in his favour at the moment, which is great to see. So I apologise, we're just getting some driver names because I'm still learning everybody's name. Which is, it's all part of it, you know. It's all part of that. So Thomas Mean, oh, who's that? Nick Carter tried to go in the lane by the looks of it. Will stay out. I wasn't quite watching the screen at the time. I was trying to figure out some of the names here. So Cameron Fleming is the guy that is currently in fourth. Just trying to work out who else we've got on this field at the moment. Trying to work out who Neem is, but I think I must have just missed it. I am blind, but Cameron Neem. So we've got Cameron Fleming and Cameron Neem. So is this going to open him up to a move here potentially? on this final lap. He's right there with him. Sideways sprint car action through the fast, well, not the fast left-hander, but it is pretty quick. And that was some sprint car stuff in these Porsche cars, and it's given Carter the better run down the back straight, which is what he needed. So that'll give him a bit of breathing room. But we're going to pick up on our leader now if we can. Where is he? There he is. Simon Bishop led this race from start to finish. He's done a brilliant job. There was no doubt, as a former World Tour driver for Gran Turismo, he has done a brilliant job today to take out race one. Only one of 3 races today, but he's taken out race 1, and Matt Simmons will follow him home in a close second. So a brilliant drive from those guys today. Liam Tane comes home second. Cameron Fleming, in 4th. And then we've got Nick Carter will hold on for 5th over Cameron Neame. And then Thomas Main in 7th. Tyler Lanzell, brilliant job, will come home 8th in a great drive in these Porsche Cup cars. First time driving these Cup cars on this game. He's done an excellent job. So very good effort from him today. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Just looking further down the field as to what we have. We've got Burrows just ahead of Griffin. Battling for 13th and 14th. So hopefully these guys can bounce back in the second race. There's some very quick guys. Rogers in 15th. Also very quick. That is car backwards. Oh, they made contact. They're not quite at the end yet. And they've made contact. Griffin and Burrows have made contact. And we just missed that piece of contact. That is super frustrating for those guys. Not entirely sure what happened there, but that is massive on the final lap. Very heavy contact, and that has opened the door for Rogers to finish 13th in this one. So that is huge. Rogers will come home 13th, and then that means that... Where is he? I've lost him now. Burrows comes home 14th. And that is very frustrating for Anthony Burrows, but there's 2 more races to go, so hopefully we'll see him bounce back in the next race. We're going to take a quick break now. We'll be back shortly for qualifying for the second race. Alright, we're back for second qualifying, qualifying 2 now. We're on board with Bishop at the moment. We're just having a chat with some of the drivers about this qualifying format that we've selected. Some love it, some feel it's a bit too short. And, you know, to that I say I agree. It is quite a short format of qualifying. But for these Porsche Cup cars, makes it a little bit of fun. It means you only get really 1 or 2 goes. So Bishop here, he's going to get 2 laps. He's going to get this lap and 1 more. So he gets 2 goes to get this right. And he's gone a bit wide there on the curb. You can see they're all doing the same thing. We'll jump on board here with Bishop if we can to watch a bit of this wheel work. It's a little bit of laggy wheel work, but we're going to watch it nonetheless. Throws the car through turn 4. It's brilliant driving at the moment. And he did an absolute stellar job in that first race. Led start to finish. Could not fault his performance at all throughout that race. Hopefully the stream is looking okay at the moment. So let me know how that stream looks if you're watching along at home. G'day to everybody in the chat. We've got 4 people watching at the moment, which is pretty good. We'll get those numbers up as we get into the season. But for now, pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Yes, hello to everybody watching at home. We thank you for tuning in for some great racing, I should say. We'll see what he's going to do at the end of this lap. It's a very quick, sharp, sharp lap around here, just under 1:30, which doesn't feel like a long time in these cars. So, what's he going to do when he comes across the line? 1:27 is about what he'll need. 1:27.2 puts him at the top at this stage. We'll have a look in a minute. If we have a quick look, we can return to the garage. So I really want to do that. We can have a look at the timetables to see what people are doing at the moment. So, about a 10th between himself and Matt Zanetti. He's got the fastest first sector. Main has got the fastest middle sector. But looks like he's mucked up his final sector, so dropped off a bit there. But he's got more pace in that if he can get a second lap together. Matt Simmons comes up the order now and jumps up into 3rd place. Josh Green jumps into 4th with the fastest final sector. So he's looking really good at the moment. You can see me down the bottom. I'm not racing, I'm just in here for the commentary. We've got 2 cars still in the lane, which obviously won't set a lap for qualifying. Rogers yet to set a lap as well. So pretty much everyone will get 1 more lap in as we come to the end of this one. So, Bishop, where is he on track at the moment? Who's ahead of him? Just trying to have a look. Who's ahead of him? It'd be great if we could see some alternate leaderboards here, but we can't at the moment, which is frustrating. Fleming, what can he do at the end of his lap? He'll get another one after this as well. Jumps up into 2nd place with a 27.4. And then Tame, what can he do? He's got Bishop and Simmons right ahead of him. Bishop should get there for 1 more lap after this one, I would think. What does Tame do? Tame goes to the line for a 29.4 and will just get to do another lap if he so chooses to pull on. Matt Simmons has done a 26.5. That is absolutely stellar. That is very quick, and I'm sure we will see quicker as this race goes on. Josh Green looks to be well down on his time at the moment, so I don't think he's going to improve at all. So he will stay 7th at this stage. Nick Carter on the cusp of improving his time at the moment, just down with a 27 flat. Can he improve as this lap goes on? You can see he's getting closer to that green, a little bit wide on the exit of the corner there. I'm not quite sure of the corner numbers yet, but now he's found it almost 2 tenths through 1 corner. This is absolutely brilliant. He's going to get into the 26s if he keeps this up. He's found 3 tenths, lost a little bit of time on exit there, a lot of time on exit there. Almost all of it scrubbed away on the exit of the corner. He's still losing time. Can he find a little bit of time in this final corner now? Braking as deep as he can to carry the speed through the corner. Finds a little bit of time, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to improve. He's going to stay 3rd. Cameron Neem is going to improve. He's going to find 4 tenths on his time to jump Nick Carter for 3rd and get up with a 26.9. And there you go. That is our qualifying order for this race. So Matt Simmons finds himself on pole with a 26.3. That is flying. That is insane. 26.3. He improved further on his time. Bishop, 1/10 off. We're going to get the actual times for you here. Stand by. So 26.5 for Bishop. Cameron Neem did a 26.9, followed by Nick Carter with a 27 dead. Liam Tame, 27.1, 27.19 for Matt Donetti. Cameron Fleming with a 27.4. Josh Green with a 27.7. Tyler Lanzel with a 28.0. Sale Levick with a 28.6. Burrows with a 28.7. Scar with a 29.1. Mean struggled to piece a lap together there. Was very quick in the middle sector. Absolutely flying in the middle sector. Or was initially, but wasn't able to find the pace together today. No, he was flying in the middle sector. Actually, he was very close in the middle sector. But that last sector just couldn't piece together with a 1:34. Finds himself the last of the people who set a time. Andrew Griffin will start this race from last. So, that is our grid order for this. And that was a very intense qualifying session. And Josh Green says, I won't put 40 litres of fuel in this time. So we're going to hope that a second between the top 7, yeah. So that is pretty quick at this stage, which is what we like to see. We like to see some quick drivers. 30 seconds till race start. Who are we sitting on board with? Can I see? Here we go. Let's get to the front of the field. We're right on board with Bishop for the start of this race. Just going to stop on mute for a second. Stand by. All right, here we go. Lights are out. We are away. Matt Simmons and Simon Bishop will lead them away. It's a great start from Simmons, who makes his move early. Neem comes across Carter to defend, who's going to look to the inside, and Bishop's going to have a look to the inside of Simmons as they enter to turn 3 to the hairpin. Here he goes up the inside. Brilliant move from Simon Bishop to get himself up into first place. That's a great start from those guys. Nick Carter holds on to third at this stage. And this is a great start from these guys. I wish I could just move down the order. That would make life so much easier for me than having to sort of guesswork my way through the field. But at the moment, we've got Simon Bishop leading the way from Matt Simmons, Nick Carter, then Cameron Neem. And then behind him, we've got Cameron Fleming. Just trying to find where we are. Cameron Fleming in 5th. And then Matt Donetti 6th, Liam Tame 7th, Tyler Lanzel in 8th, and Josh Green sitting in 9th at this stage. So this is a great start from these guys. Liam Tame going to have a look at Matt Donetti here on the inside. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. Oh, that is brilliant racing between those guys. I love these Porsches. They absolutely rip. And Lanzel's going to take advantage of this to have a look at the inside of Donetti. There's a little bit of contact, and Lanzel looks like he's in the wall. We'll try and get and there's Scar in the lane, and Lanzell causing a bit of chaos further back in the field as he tries to rejoin. And means Ping is right out at the moment. I believe he's an overseas driver. That may be why. Sinclair also has a fairly large ping, so does Cax. But Bishop is holding steady at the front of this field at the moment. Leads the way from Matt Simmons and Nick Carter just in behind. These three have started to build a gap back to Cameron Neem and Cameron Fleming, the two Camerons in 4th and 5th. So this is going on at the moment. And brilliant racing. Anthony Burrows, I should say, is battling with Andrew Griffin and Sayo Levick down in 12th, 4th, 13th and 14th. Trying to figure out where 16th place is on the track. But Tyler Lanzell trying to find his way past Sinclair and get himself back up the field. There's a bit of dust being kicked up. I don't think anyone's gone off, but just people running a little bit wide, kicking up a little bit of dust. Nick Carter dropped off the back of those front two now. And I'm trying to find where Lanzell is to see how he's going. Scar still in the pit lane at the start of this race. Lanzell has not quite found his way past Sinclair yet. He's got this little battle pack going on, and looks like he's carrying a little bit of front end damage as well. So that's going on at the moment as well. So there's a bit happening on track at this stage of the race, and we're only 3 minutes in. This is all kicking off. This is what we love to see. Cax down 16th. Bishop leads the way from Simmons. Right on the back of him now. A good run here from Simmons up towards turn 2. Looks to the outside. Out in the marbles. Gets caught. Won't be able to make the move stick. Will lose a lot of time. If I can get to him. Come on. Let me have a look. There we go. To Nick Carter right behind him. We'll stay with Simmons for a little bit because he's in the middle of these two, and there seems to be a bit going on between these three at the moment. A little bit of ebbing and flowing. Bishop looking to make it 2 from 2 tonight. He won the first race. He's looking to do the same with the second race. So shaping himself up to try and perform well. And so far so good. This has been a really good performance from Bishop tonight. These guys, obviously former World Tour drivers for Gran Turismo 7. I think I keep saying that and I keep mentioning it, but it continues to blow my mind that these guys are keen to come and jump in and race with us. It is a lot of fun to have them on board. So it's all happening, and Nick Carter is currently still taking it to these guys. He had a little bit of a challenging race one, dropped off the back of these guys, but he's keeping with them so far. So maybe a couple setup adjustments for this bloke have made the car a little bit more drivable. The battle of the Cameron still raging on for 4th and 5th. If we can check in with that, there we go. So here's Cameron Neem with Cameron Fleming right behind him. And these guys battling for the first non-podium place at the moment. And as a look up the inside, a sneaky little look from Fleming there. On the back of Neem, gets a little bit wide out of the exit of turn 1. Has a look to the inside, shows the nose. Neem leaves the room. Fleming's going to pull himself alongside as they come down towards turn 3, turn 4. But Neem holds on for now. This is brilliant racing between these two. This is absolutely textbook class stuff. And this is what we're seeing here at the Porsche series. Wait till we get to that GT3 series. It's going to be absolutely electric, and I can't wait to watch it. Alright, let's check in further down the field. Levick still running in 12th. Lanzell has found his way past Sinclair, but Mean has found his way past Lanzell. So, a bit of toing and froing going on at the moment. I'm starting to get a runny nose. All this commentating is wearing me out. Scar finally out on track. Lanzell dropped off Mean a little bit. Not sure if maybe there was a bit of contact between them, but Bishop got Nick Carter all over the back of him now. And Matt Simmons has found himself into the lead of this one. So maybe an error from Bishop that we might have missed just as we cut away to look down the field. Every time we cut away, we miss all the action. But that means Matt Simmons now finds himself in the lead of this race. And Nick Carter with a unique opportunity to try and find his way past Bishop. And you can see, about 6/10 slower on that previous lap Bishop, so must have made a mistake somewhere. These cars very loose. You can see Bishop struggling for a bit of grip off of turn 1 and lost a bit more time to Simmons there. So this is getting interesting this second race. The competition is starting to heat up, which is what we want to see. This is really good. Really highly enjoyable racing. And whoa, he's on the grass, he's in the wall! He's in the wall, Bishop's in the wall! Oh no, that is huge, that is absolutely massive. All on his own as well, which is an unforced mistake. Too much curb on the exit, coming onto the back straight. And he will look to rejoin the circuit, hopefully safely. You'll have to wonder how much damage is on that car. Let's see if we can get on board to see how he's holding the steering wheel. He's holding it quite straight, so looks like the steering is okay, but he's going to drop down to 10th and now has some work to do to find his way back through the field. And he's got Tyler Lanzell up first, so this is going to be an interesting little battle now between these guys, both on recovery. Tyler Lanzell also had a brilliant start, found himself in the wall early and is having to fight his way back through the field, and now Bishop has to do the same thing. So, how fast is it going to get between these two? These guys maybe rubbed shoulders a bit in the past, but never on ACC, never in Porsche Cups cars either. So, this is going to be interesting. He's sizing him up already, is Simon Bishop. He's looking to Tyler's inside. He already wants that move into turn one. He knows he can do it, but he's not close enough this time around. He has to settle to follow him behind. He's pushing that car really hard. He's using all of the runoff area on the exit of turn one. Into turn two now. He's trying to set himself up for a good run out into turn three and turn four, but it can't quite make it happen at this stage. And there's a white flag being shown somewhere. I'm not sure entirely what that's for, where the slow-moving vehicle is. I'm just looking on our minimap to see what's going on. Josh Green, I should say, has just passed number 24, which is Takax. So he's just going a lap down already. And there is Takax off the side of the circuit. So will he interfere with these guys in their battle? Here we go. Here comes the 9th and 10th place cars. Where is Takax? Off the circuit, getting out of the way. Well done. That is a great job getting out of the way of this battle, because this is so important at this stage for both these guys. They are pushing as hard as they can. They're pushing each other as hard as they can. You can see Simon Bishop all over the back of Lanzell's bumper as they come through down towards the final corner. This is brilliant racing from these two, and I can't take my eyes off it. There's probably more happening up and down the field, but this is something I can't take my eyes off. Matt Simmons has started to gap Nick Carter now. There's a bit of a gap forming out the front, and then he's got, I believe that is number 9. That is Neem and Fleming, not too far behind. So we'll keep an eye on that. But these guys are pushing each other quite hard at the moment for this 9th position. And Tyler Lanzell isn't going to let it go without a fight. So that's what we like to see. This is absolutely brilliant from these two. And Matt Sinclair, or I believe it's Matt Sinclair. I'm actually going to have to check what his first name is. I had this up somewhere. Hang on. Stand by. We're going to get all the names right tonight, or we're going to try to at some point. I probably won't. Yeah, Mark Sinclair, I should say. My apologies, Mark. Mark Sinclair in 11th. Bishop has a look to the outside. That's an audacious move. And I think he's made it work. He has. He's made the outside around the outside on Tyler Lanzell. Absolutely brilliant as we reach the halfway point of this race. And he is now released to be able to go and chase after Thomas Main in 8th place. But that was an insane overtake. I looked up, and as I looked up, that was absolutely brilliant. To see that move going on. This is some incredible racing happening on track at the moment, and Simon Bishop, absolutely brilliant. That's going to be overtaking the night for sure. No way you can replicate that, even if you tried. And in the words of Al Dusty, brilliant from both of them. Yes, Tyler Lanzell did a great job to afford him space there around the outside, not just send him off the circuit. That's great racing by those two. Great respect between these guys. And so that releases it's Bishop to try and catch up to Main now. So brilliant racing between those two. Brilliant racing from Tyler Lanzell as well. Absolutely stellar job. So this is now heating up. Matt Simmons has disappeared into the distance. You can't even see him with these guys at the moment. And then Liam Tame is not too far. He's about 2.1 seconds off the back of Cameron Fleming. But Cameron Fleming, Cameron Neem and Nick Carter are forming their own little battle pack at the moment. And there's about half a second between Fleming and Neem, and then about 7/10 between Neem and Carter. So this is starting to heat up as well. So the battle for the ladder podium places is starting to get intense. This is really good stuff. This is what we this is what you pay your entry admission to see. There's Matt Simmons just absolutely flying at the moment. Fast lap of the race is a 26.5, and that is the fastest lap of the race. My question becomes now, what can Bishop do? And here we go. We've got Matt Donetti and Thomas Main right in behind Josh Green now, who's clinging on for dear life at the moment. He's done his fastest lap of the race on the previous lap, and he's going to be slower this time around, which means that he possibly made a mistake because he's a whole 2 seconds off the back, or off the pace on that lap. So maybe a mistake there from Green. These cars are hard to drive. He's pushing it through turn 1. They're all pushing it through turn 1. Paul just had to have a drink of water there. Starting to dry out my throat a bit. We've still got one more race to go after this. There's so much action going on. This is brilliant to watch. Just brilliant. And this battle is getting close. He started to pull away a little bit again now, though, which makes me think he did, in fact, make a mistake on the previous lap. He makes another mistake there. You can see the little twitch in the car mid-corner. And I love just watching the body language of these cars because it's so easy to lose it. You can just see the little twitch he had mid-corner, the little slide at the apex of the corner, which just sent him wide and meant that he's lost a bit of time to Matt Donetti again. So it's opening him back up. Nick Carter has got Cameron Neem right behind him now. This has closed right up on this previous lap. And look at how close these guys are. Look at how fast they come into that turn 1 over the bump. Neem goes a bit wider than Carter does through turn 1. He's only 3/10 off the back here. We'll try and get on board with Neem. That's convenient. That's incredibly convenient, that is. This is brilliant. Shaping himself up for a move. He's got about a second back to Cameron Fleming at the moment, so not too much pressure breathing down his neck from behind. He can sort of just focus on this move in front. And then if he can make this stick, he might be able to make some inroads on Matt Simmons. I don't think he's going to be able to do much with about 6 minutes to go. And Matt Simmons absolutely flying at this stage, but he could make a little bit of inroads. So this is going well. This battle is absolutely brilliant at the moment between these two guys. And it's still at 3/10. Nick Carter not able to pull away from the car behind like he was in the previous race where he just had that really strong middle sector. A little bit of understeer there in the mid corner for Cameron Neem meant that there's a little bit of gap afforded to Nick Carter, but not heaps. It's only about a 1/10 that he's been given in hand now. This is still going. I feel like this is going to go for a little while. This is going to carry on into throughout the rest of this race, I would suggest. And Cameron Fleming just dropped off the back of these guys now, just over a second back to Cameron Neem. He wasn't that much slower on the previous lap, but just enough to drop. Oh, a little bit of understeer. Massive tank slapper, I should say. It wasn't a little bit, it was quite a lot, actually. And he's lost a little bit more time than Nick Carter. Wide on exit again. He's probably overcooked those tyres a little bit, just trying to keep up with Nick Carter at the moment. And it's costing him now. He's dropping off even further. So just overcooked those tyres, trying to keep up at the moment. And it's really easy to do in these cars. The tyres start cold, but it's really easy to overheat them as well. So Sarah Levick down in 10th place at the moment. 8 seconds up the road to Tyler Lanzell. So Simon Bishop is starting to catch up to the back of these guys now, so let's go and check in with that, actually. And that's Sinclair off the road at turn 1. And where is Rogers? Rogers is not quite there yet, so not a massive issue, but he will concede a spot to Anthony Burrows. But here we go. Here's Simon Bishop on the back of Josh Green now, who has lost out to Donetti and Main. So Green lost 2 places throughout this lap, and he's about to lose another one potentially to Simon Bishop. Here we go. So, the number 2 Porsche looking at the number 232 Porsche. And he's looking for a way past. Very aggressive at the moment from Simon Bishop. He's on a mission to get back up the field. Obviously, he was well up the order before that small mistake earlier on meant that he was facing the wrong way. And that is Andrew Griffin into the pits. And Bishop lost a little bit of time to Greeny there. Greeny did a 28.5 on the previous lap, so maybe a mistake there from Josh Green, a rare mistake. I say rare, it's been the second time this race he's made one. We'll find out a bit later on what's going on there. And that is Josh Green pulling to the inside and letting Simon Bishop go. So maybe potentially an issue on board for Josh Green. A little bit of damage he might be carrying. Doesn't want to fight that one too hard, so he's going to pull to the side and let Bishop go. And Bishop is now going to set after Main to try and get himself up into 7th and then maybe grab Matt Zanetti as well. He's definitely not going to grab Liam Tame, who is well and truly in that 5th place spot unless he makes a massive mistake, which would be very out of character for Liam Tame, so I don't expect that to happen. Who's not too far off the back of Cameron Fleming. But those top 4 or top 5, so massive gap at the moment for Simon Bishop, and then the rest of them just sort of started to spread themselves out a little bit. So all going well so far. This has been great to watch, absolutely great to watch. It's been brilliant racing, and not really making inroads at the moment is Simon Bishop on Thomas Main, so we'll keep an eye on that for you as we progress with about 2.5 minutes, just under 2.5 minutes left to go in this race. And here's Thomas Main. So let's see what this lap time is for Main. It's going to be about a 27.1. It is a 27.2. Bishop's just done a 27.1. So not a huge difference in lap time between these guys at the moment, which is probably good because it makes it more interesting for us. But Fleming, previous lap was a 27.5, and Tame on the previous lap was a 27.0. So he's catching up now to the back of Cameron Fleming is Liam Tame. This is starting to get closer, and it's quite enjoyable. I think this might be one of the battles we have going on before the end of this race. So Matt Simmons leads the way quite comfortably at this stage, catching up to Cax yet again. Josh Green sitting down in 9th, 5.3 seconds back to Tyler Lenzel. I think he might be nursing a slight issue. Or maybe fuel saving. Don't know. We'll find out after this race. Nick Carter still got Cameron Neame for company, but a second back at the moment, so he has managed to just drop him just enough to be safe as Matt Simmons starts what will be the final lap of the race. And there is our confirmation leader on the final lap now. So this is one more to go when they cross the line. Matt Zanetti down in 6th, and you'd think that'll be fairly safe because Bishop has a lot of work to do to try and get past Mean. If we can jump on board with Bishop, here we go. He's got 0.3 seconds to Thomas Main. And just trying to, had a bit of a brain blank there, I do apologise, but you see Josh Green dropped right off the back of these guys now. He's dropped right off, he's about 6 seconds back. So maybe potentially carrying an issue. Will Tyler Lenzel get him before the end of this one? I'd say possibly might happen, which is disappointing for Josh Green. He was running so well in this race. But, you know, one more race to go. Hopefully we'll see him up there. So we're counting down to when the timer hits 0. We're watching this battle with close interest, but we are going to have to go shortly to try and catch up with our leader. We'll just follow this for a little bit longer. Will he try the same thing again and go around the outside? I don't think he's close enough this time on Main to do what he did to Lenzel. So he'll just settle in behind for now, but he's so close. He is so close. We're just going to have to follow this for a little bit longer, and then I promise we will go and check in with our leader as he crosses the line. And where is our leader? Let's find him. Where is he? There he is. Matt Simmons. He's going to win race 2. Brilliant job from Matt Simmons to come home with the race 2 win. Pole in the win, led from the start. Absolutely brilliant. Nick Carter's going to come home 2nd, and Cameron Neame's going to come home 3rd. Great job from those guys. And then Cameron Fleming's going to hold on to 4th. Simon Bishop, does he get Thomas Mean? I don't think he's going to be quite close enough. He's not going to be, and Thomas Mean holds on. Brilliant job, brilliant drive from those guys. Absolutely stunning. And there we go. That is absolutely brilliant. We'll wait for all the drivers to cross the line. Try and find someone who's still racing. This is Sale Levick. It's going to come home in 11th place in this race. Aidan Rogers will be the last car to cross the line, and he runs a little bit wide there in his 253 Porsche. Still getting up to speed with these 911 cars, but he is very quick. will be running in the Pro-Am category for Season 1. And you're absolutely right. Bishop was rapid. Max, he did a really good job. It's unlucky with that spin. Simon Bishop has requested that Matt Simmons gets put in the AM class. Oh, massive into the wall at the end of that one for Rogers. Just absolute flat into the wall. Brilliant job. So, waiting for ride cars to cross the line. 24. This is the only car yet to cross the line. Alright. Have a short break ahead of qualifying 3. We'll be right back. Actually, before we do that, we'll take you through the results of that race. So Matt Simmons comes home from first from Nick Carter, Cameron Neame, Cameron Fleming, Liam Tame, Matt Donetti in 6th, Thomas Main in 7th, Simon Bishop 8th, Josh Green 9th, Tyler Lenzel 10th, Sale Levick 11th, Anthony Burrows, in 12th, Mark Sinclair 13th, Aidan Rogers 14th, George Cax in 15th, Andrew Griffin 16th, Grant Scar 17th. Alright, qualifying 3. It's fun to drive it. Oh, Jack Cax in the wall, and that's collected. I feel like it's collected Rogers, and that is frustrating for Rogers. He'll jump back to the pit lane, hopefully get going again with minimal issue. There you go. You can see he's getting out of the lane. Cax, probably the best thing to do is come back to the lane, I would think. That was massive that we just caught on screen. Where is he? Speaking of massive, Matt Simmons. Massive Matt. Oh, it's taking me away from him again. Let's check in with Massive Matt. Where is he? Absolutely flew in that last race. Can he do the same again in this race? He's starting to set a time. He's got Liam Tame in front of him, so hopefully he doesn't hold him up too much. I'm just going to wait for everybody to sort of get a banker in here to see what they can do. He's got Fleming in front of him as well, so we'll see what happens between these guys. But he's sitting in the dirty air at the moment, is Matt Simmons. I think he's going to try and, he's rolled out of it a little bit to try and back off. He's got Green behind, but he'll be quicker than Green, so that shouldn't be a problem. Green's got Bishop that he needs to get going for, but Bishop's also backed off, or has he made a mistake? Let's try and find out what's happened to Bishop. Bishop's gone to the lane, so I say Bishop's made a mistake. He's going to try and get out to get a lap together. Here we go. Fleming does a 27-1 and a 27-0 for Liam Tame off the bat. Matt Simmons a 28-2, but he backed off in that lap. So, pardon me, sorry. My nose is starting to go. He backed off in that lap, so we're going to have to see what he can do. He was 3 tenths up. He's lost a bit of time on exit there through turn 2. And coming down through turn 4, he's found a little bit more time again. So he's about a tenth up at this stage on his best time. He's going to have to be way more than that across his lap. Good thing he backed off later on in the lap. So we'll see what he can do as this goes on. He's got Josh Green riding behind him, who currently sits 4th. So both these guys looking to push a little bit harder on this lap. He's currently about on par with his time. Remember, we're coming up to the section where he backed off on the previous lap to give a bit of space between himself and Tame. So, here we go. He finds, he's up 2 tenths now. What's he going to find here? A little bit more. 3 tenths. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a second. There's 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds, 1.5. 1.5 seconds. Fleming's going to let him go. Cameron Fleming gets out of the way of those guys on a faster lap. Green has backed right off as well. 1.7 seconds is what has been found by Matt Simmons on this lap. Almost 1.8. What's the time he's going to do? It's going to be a 26.4. So a tenth off what he did on the previous lap. 26.4. Puts himself in first place. Liam Tame, he just did a 26.6. So just over 2 tenths off what Matt Simmons has done. These guys are flying, and he's up again, is Matt Simmons. Tame gets out of the way. He's not going to try again. Matt Simmons is going to go on with it here. I'm trying to find where Simon Bishop is to see what he can do. Where is he? Simon Bishop, here we go. He's going to get out of the way. He's not going to get a lap in. So that's going to be frustrating for Simon Bishop. He's not going to get a lap together. Cameron Neem, what can he do? He is improving. Down the back straight. He's right in behind Matt Simmons at this stage. He has found a bit of time in that toe of Matt Simmons down the back straight. Will it hurt him through here? He's found 4 tenths. He's currently sitting in 4th place. What can he do to improve? A 21.6 or 26.6 is what's been done, but he's lost a lot of time through there, so I'd say that won't happen. Unfortunately, Matt Simmons, he's improving by a bit here. Can he better his previous qualifying time? He's found 2 tenths out of the final corner, down the front straight. What's he going to do? Is it going to be a 26.2? Yes, it is! A 26.2 for Matt Simmons. That is absolutely brilliant stuff. Great lap from Matt Simmons. 26.2 is insane. Nick Carter, what can he do? He's found 7 tenths on this lap to get himself into the low 27s. 8 tenths as he comes towards the line. It's going to be a 27.1. He puts himself up into 5th. Just in behind Cameron Fleming and just ahead, I should say, of Thomas Main. So this is some brilliant qualifying between 4 tenths is the gap between Matt Simmons and Liam Tame. And the huge news out of qualifying here is that Simon Bishop is going to start in 16th place for this race. So that is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Tyler Lanzell also did not set a time in qualifying. Cameron Neem could only go 13th fastest, was 3.7 seconds, so couldn't get a lap together. Neither could Anthony Burrows. Sayer Levick also struggling to get a lap together by the looks of it. Same with Grant Scarr. Those that did manage to get a lap together, that got up towards the front of the order, are not able to touch Matt Simmons at the moment. He is just too quick. Absolute alien. This is brilliant to watch. Absolutely brilliant to watch. This has been... Mate, Apex has put it best. Sweaty action. Matt Donetti says he tried the 26, threw 26 in the bin. Message deleted by Prevails is getting his messages deleted by Max. Max, careful, mate. That's your team boss. I would be careful. Yes, it's all going on. So that is a very insane qualifying session, and we get ready for one more race. We've got one more race here to round out what has been a brilliant night of action here for the opening round of the Porsche Sprint Series. So hopefully you've all enjoyed, and you've all enjoyed the format. It's been pretty good to watch so far. I've certainly enjoyed watching it, and I get to sit here and commentate this stuff. So Matt Simmons, Liam Tame, who we want to go on board with. So we've had 3 different races, 3 different front rows, I believe. I'll have to go back and check.
30 seconds.
Here we go. Drive. We click. And we're going to go on board with Liam Tame here for the start of this race. So, again, it's put my thing in weird orders, but hopefully we can get through the field easy enough to see what is going on. So, something we're going to have to keep a close eye on, as I mentioned at the back end of qualifying there, is Simon Bishop, because he's starting down the field. So he will be on a mission to get back through the field. Matt Simmons going for the race win and the round win. If he can win this race, he more than easily wins the round. So we will see what happens. But this is going to be fun. This is going to be really good to watch. These guys are going to get racy. It's the last race of the night. There's nothing to lose. It's all to play for here in the Porsche Carrera Cups. Or the Porsche Cup cars, I should say. The Porsche Sprint Series, AGT, ACC. Thanks for tuning in. And we have one more race, 20 more minutes of action to bring you here at Brands Hatch for the opening round. Next race, we go to Monza for the Temple of Speed, which is going to be just as fun. That turn 1 is going to be an absolute nightmare. I can already see it when I close my eyes now. We got green. We are away for the final race of the night. And Liam Tame's going to have a look to the outside of Matt Simmons into turn 1, but Matt Simmons is having none of it. He's going to hold there, though, is Liam Tame. As we approach turn 2, he's held on. He looks to the outside, looks to do what Simon Bishop did at the start of race 2, but he can't do it. And Matt Simmons is going to hold on, and Tame's going to have to settle for second. Cameron Fleming having a look up the inside. Is that Fleming having a look at the inside of Carter? It is. My places are all over the shop. We'll have to wait till we get the first timing split. There we go. Our positions have updated now. So it is Matt Simmons from Liam Tame, from Matt Donetti in third. Brilliant start from him. And then Cameron Fleming fourth. Nick Carter's dropped back to fifth at the start of this. Then you've got Thomas Main in sixth. Josh Green seventh. And then Aidan Rogers eighth. Mark Sinclair ninth. Grant Scarr 10th. And as we... Oh, that's a car go straight. Who was that? Who was that going straight? We're going to have to try and find out. I just saw that shoot off my screen. Not sure who that was. The 555 car of Mark Sinclair. That is so disappointing for Mark. But I just saw a car go straight on there. That was crazy. Absolutely insane. And obviously we would usually say in an incident like that, we hope Mark's okay. But we know he's okay because it's just a game. So he's virtual. Maybe a little bit of a bruised ego there. Where is he? Let's see if we can check in. Yep, there is his car. So just straight on there. Massive impact, I'm sure. Grant Scarr weaving all over the circuit, trying to defend 10th place from Anthony Burrows. But it is kicking off here. And Thomas Main having a look at the back of Nick Carter at the start of this one. He's right in there. This group is right in there. Cameron Fleming right in there as well, trying to make a piece of the action happen. So Cameron Fleming must have made a mistake to drop down the order because he was in front of Nick Carter. There's a little bit of push and shove going on here. Cameron Fleming has a look at the inside of Thomas Main. He's going to make the move stick. Sends him wide, and that is Main off the circuit. That is Main going off the circuit. He's going to rejoin, if I can see where he is, just next to Aiden Rogers. He's going to try and hold on to this. Cameron Neem trying to find his way past Aiden Rogers. So he's in a Cameron sandwich as Aiden Rogers at the moment. And oh, that's Rogers off the circuit as well. He's off the circuit, holds on. Bishop has gained a place over, who's that? Aiden Rogers. Neem was off the circuit. It's all happening. It's all going on. Matt Simmons is just sort of ditched. He's got about a second between himself and Liam Tame at the moment. Nick Carter trying to keep with Matt Donetti at the moment. He's got 1.6 seconds back to Cameron Fleming. This is all happening, and this is great action here for the final race. It is Sheep Stations. Gloves are off for this last race. Yes, Smashing Apex. It is Baldy, a.k.a. Al Dusty, a.k.a. Max Silver, who is tuning in to watch this. So, Max is in fact Baldy, and I think I maybe regret giving him mod privileges for this one. But Nick Carter has a look up the inside of Matt Donetti. He's not close enough to make the news speak, but he is close enough to show the nose and just unnerve Matt Donetti a little bit, who is a very quick bloke in GT7. He got in, he did about 3 hours of race, or about 90 minutes of racing at the Bathurst 3 hour, and did a stellar job to bring that car home for Team XV. Yeah, absolutely doxing Max, and you know what? Who cares? Apex, he's got many aliases. I won't dox all of them, but he's got many aliases. But yeah, that is that is Al Dusty floating around as Baldy. But this battle between Matt Donetti and Nick Carter for third place is starting to heat up. I'm starting to lose my mind on my own in the commentary box here. I'm going crazy. But the internet couldn't handle sitting in the Discord chat with Josh Green, who is racing. So just have to be alone with my thoughts. But this is good fun. We're having good fun, and these guys are having great fun as well. They're loving life at the moment. I don't really want to take my L's with this battle, because as soon as I take my L's with this battle, historically, the rules say something's going to happen, and I'm going to come back, and it's going to be all wrong. So, trying to stick with this for as long as we can before we jump away and cut to something else. Nick Carter is starting to shape him up here on Matt Donetti. Starting to have a little bit of a look. And he's just got the better line through the... don't even know what turn number that is, but he's got the move done onto the back straight. Has Nick Carter, and he's up into third ahead of Matt Donetti. He didn't fire that position too hard. I don't think this early in the race you want to be fighting too hard. There's Matt Simmons leading the way at the moment. Simon Bishop in the pit lane, so not sure what's happened to him. Cameron Neem also in the pit lane, so maybe something between those two, maybe some contact, which has led to them needing to be in the lane. But they're both in the lane at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that and how that progresses throughout the race. But that is Matt Donetti down to fourth, and he's got Cameron Fleming not too far behind him now. Shape up a move. Prevails. Can I have some knocky? And Max, just race on controller, mate. Like, what could go wrong doing ACC in Porsche Cup cars that have no grip on controller? I don't see anything wrong. That's Griffin facing the wrong way. So he's turned around. He's got a nice little sign on his front bumper. He's got rid of it now, so well done. He's shaked that off. But he will be now down in 13th, or 12th, sorry. He's got... who's that? That's the Cax, not too far behind him. Neem and Bishop still in the lane. Are they planning to come back out again? Don't know. So we'll have to see what happens here. But Bishop is still in the lane. Maybe fixing damage, maybe getting damage repaired, not too sure. Maybe just sitting in the lane for this one, which is disappointing. Those guys were having a brilliant run through the field. It was great to see them battling it away. But here we go. Josh Green up into 7th now. About just under a second off the back of this battle pack in front of him, which is still going on. Nick Carter starting to pull away from Matt Donetti now, who still has Cameron Fleming not too far behind him for company. And then Thomas Main just off the back of that group, and then Josh Green just off the back of him. And that is Donetti wide, which is going to open the door for Fleming because he's going to get a much better run out of that corner, in penultimate corner I should say, into the final corner. So that's going to open the door. Man, my nose is starting to get so blocked, which is not good for this commentary stuff. Check in down the field. Bishop and Fleming still in the... Sorry, Bishop and Neem, I should say. Still in the lane. So not yet back out on track. Yeah, still sitting in the lane, so... starting to pull away again now is Matt Simmons. He's got about a 4-second gap to Liam Tame behind, who has about a 2.6-second gap back to Nick Carter. So it's starting to spread out a little bit now. Is this racing? Tyler Lanzell has not entered this race. I was just looking for Tyler. I cannot find him. So Tyler Lanzell not racing in this last race. Big slide from Nick Carter through turn 1, and that's going to cost him. He's got enough gap to Matt Donetti that it's not going to matter too much, but it is going to hurt him on his gain that he's trying to gain on Liam Tame. So that was a massive power slide. I just picked up on that as I came back in. Yeah, that was a huge power slide from Nick Carter, and it's farming a lot of time loss to Matt Donetti just behind. So that was huge. And yeah, huge slide. Just as Mr. Apex starts talking about the cars bouncing grip up through the corners, especially in turn 1, there was absolutely no grip in that corner. Fleming shows the nose up the inside of Donetti through the fast right-hander. Cannot make the move stick. And turn 1 is very cool to watch, I must say. Just makes the move stick. Just makes the grip stick through there. Oh. He's showing the nose. He's turned him. Matt Donetti's around. He's been turned by Cameron Fleming. That is a huge spin. Absolutely massive is that incident between Cameron Fleming and Matt Donetti. I'm so glad there's no stewards for this because I would have to sit for hours and look at that. And, whoa, that is absolutely crazy. He's going to continue in 7th place with a bit of a question mark over damage, but hopefully it's all right to keep going. But that is a massive spin for Matt Donetti. Boldy says that is not cool. And that was a big bonk indeed. So it's a little bit of a helping hand there from Cameron Fleming. They were getting close. You could see it brewing. The battle was coming. Grant Scarr moving slowly at the moment. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's potentially having issues. It looks like he's got a bit of front end damage, so maybe an incident for him as well. But they'll truck on. Griffin moves up into 11th place. Mark Sinclair is going to jump past Grant Scarr there. So I have to figure out what's going on with Scarr. But that means that Fleming now is released. Donetti is down into 7th with Rogers not too far behind him. Bishop's still in the lane. Tame got a bit of a gap forming to Nick Carter now. It's not really growing too much Zanetti, where is he? He's losing a bit of time to Rogers. He's about 1.3 seconds now. That could have been netcode. Netcode's not as big an issue in ACC as you would think. GT7, yes. But typically, if there's contacts in ACC, it's because there's contacts. Netcode isn't as big of an issue. So it still does happen. There still is netcode issues, but not as big in ACC, and that's something I like about ACC over GT7 is that the netcode issues and the netcode contacts are a lot less and a lot more frequent, a lot less frequent, I should say. So Aiden Rogers trying to catch up to Matt Zanetti, but he's losing a bit of time now. So hopefully Matt Zanetti can stabilise. Trying to see what's going on. So Thomas Main not too far behind Cameron Fleming now for that 4th place spot. This seems to be the closest battle we've got on track at the moment. Everyone else is a little bit spread out at this stage. So we'll keep an eye on this battle. We're going to go on board with Thomas Main, and I'm just going to have a quick drink of water and I'll be right back. Alright, hopefully my voice can hold on for 5 more minutes. We're looking at what is at the moment the closest battle on track. He's lost a bit of time on the previous lap, has Main to Fleming in front of him. What else is happening up and down this field? We've got a car in the lane. Who was that driving through the lane? That's the 555 car of Sinclair, who's just come back out onto the circuit. Man, in the words of Josh Green, those Porsches sound amazing. They sound so good. Matt Simmons just lapping to Cax, who's in 11th at the moment. Josh Green running in 6th still. Matt Zanetti started to pull away from Aiden Rogers, so that will not, as long as he can keep it clean from here on out, he will be good. Will Matt Zanetti against Aiden Rogers, who's currently in 8th place, doing a great job in these Porsche cars. These Porsche cars are very tricky to drive, so he's doing a great job. A lot of these guys doing a brilliant job. Some of these guys, it's their first time racing in AGT, so we welcome them. We're really glad to have them on board. And yeah, it's some close racing, which is what we like to see. There's been a lot of battles, a lot of AGT regulars with some AGT new guys going toe to toe and really showing what they're made of, and it's been great to watch. So I appreciate that, Max. I feel like I've been a bit average in comms tonight, especially with this last race. My voice is starting to let go a little bit. It's really kind of hard to talk at points, but we're getting there. Losing my mind a little bit on my own, but hopefully we can set up a system so that for when we get to the proper season, when we get to season 1, I can have someone in the box with me at all times to give me a chat. And that is a shame for Burrows. He's disconnected. I just saw the message come through. He's been disconnected. That is a massive shame. He was doing so well. But he was having a great night. It was an up and down night, I should say, but he was doing a great job. So disappointing that a disconnect has happened, and we're disappointed we lost Lanzell as well. Only 15 cars, I believe, in this race. Don't count the 16. I'm the 16th. For some reason, it counts me. But I won't complain. I get a result out of it as a spectator. But it's yeah. So we've got just under 3 minutes to go, I should say. And Burrows says he doesn't mind this car anymore, which is what we like to hear. We're starting to change some opinions, which is good. And so just unfortunate that his internet decided to have a moment and gave it away. But these guys very closely matched on the last lap in terms of lap times. And he's right with him now. He's Main. He's going to look to the inside. Fleming covers. Main was almost committed right down the inside onto the grass. That gave me flashbacks to Spain 2016 when Hamilton and Rosberg took each other out up at a very similar looking corner, and Rosberg was on the grass trying to go up the inside, but he's just backed off a little bit now as Main lost a little bit of time as a result of that audacious move. Loose on the exit for Fleming, which is going to open the door for Main down the back straight. He's going to try and get in the slipstream here to close up to the back of him. Let's see if we can get on board with Main. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Come on. Where is he? Show me where he is. Come on, game. I don't like that it's not in chronological order. Let's get on board with him. Here we go. He's right in behind him now through this fast section. It's all right hand. Is a little bit loose there from Main. Trying to keep up with the back. Maybe a little bit of dirty aero wash in this car. Trying to hold on. Absolutely brilliant job between these two. Barely anything separating at the moment. This is the on-track battle at the moment, and it is great to watch. Matt Simmons starts his final lap of the race. Just if you were wondering if he was still rolling around out at the front, he certainly is. But this is where the battle is at the moment with just one lap to go. Who's going to come out on top in this battle? Is it going to be Main, or is it going to be Cameron Fleming? Deep into turn one for Main. Carries way too much speed. He's in the grass, and you have to think that'll be it. Main went really deep into that to try and make up a bit of time, and probably just sent it a little bit too deep. And that'll be Cameron Fleming pulling away now, I would think, to comfortably finish fourth in this race. Nick Carter wasn't able to catch Liam Tame, but it's been all about this man in this race. He's done a brilliant job. Race 2, he did a great job as well. Race 1 didn't quite go his way, but he brought it home, and he made the move stick early on in race 2, and he's done a brilliant job to bring it home in race 3 as well. Led from start to finish in this one. So a great job for Matt Simmons. The timer clicks down to 0, so when he crosses the line, that will be it. That will be the last, that'll be the checkered flag. So round the final corner he comes. Absolutely brilliant job. He's going to win the third race, his second race of the night. He's going to take the round victory as well. Matt Simmons wins the last race of round 1 here at Brands Hatch. Absolutely brilliant job. Liam Tame is going to come home in second place, and a brilliant drive for him. Well done. And then if we can quickly get to him, Nick Carter, who's got Grant Scarr on his outside, who's also going to finish, but down in 13th. Nick Carter comes home in third place to round out our podium. Cameron Fleming looks like he's going to hold on if I can find him. And Thomas Main comes home in 5th. So some brilliant racing from these guys. Just doing a little bit of a park up here just at the exit of turn 2, or the entry of turn 2 I should say. But that is absolutely brilliant driving from Matt Simmons. And Nick Carter, he's going to do some burnouts. Is Matt Simmons going to do the same thing? Yes, he is. These guys are going to do they're going to have a little bit of a kiss down at turn 2, but they're going to try and do some donuts. I don't know if it's working quite the way they want it to. But, massive sidewall contact for Nick Carter. Josh Green's going to get in on the fun as well. He's going to do some donuts. There's some very nice looking donuts from Josh Green. He's doing a nice little bit of circle work there, and it's becoming a bit of a car park up here. Everyone's getting involved with the donuts. And everyone jumps back to the pit lane now. So, absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look at our results from that race. Race 3, let's have a look. So, Matt Simmons, Liam Tame, Nick Carter, Cameron Fleming, Thomas Main. All brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Let me just see if I can get a chat with Josh Green at Greeny chat for the stream. Let's see if we can get a chat with Josh Green. See what he has to say about himself. Let's have a quick look at Josh Green's results. So 6th place in that race. Only 9th in the second race. And down the order in the first race. But we'll hopefully we can get in chat with him. So we'll just shut the server down. So stand by while I do that. Sorry to the people that wanted to keep on racing, but unfortunately it's time to go. So off the server goes. I'll kick us back to the main menu. I'll just put that on mute. See if we can get Josh Green up. The game crashed. Perfect. That's what we love to see. I love to see when the game crashes. Let's just open that up. Jump in for a chat. Hopefully. There he is. Give me a second, Greeny. Give me a second, Greeny. I will get you on the stream. There we go. Say something for me. I can't hear you yet. Let's do a little bit of tech troubleshooting live on the stream, shall we? Properties. Alright, cool. Just get you to say something for me again.
Hello, how are we?
Ah, yeah, there we go. That's brilliant.
Yay, very good.
Quickly make sure that's back up and running. Yeah, I think we're good. Cool. All right. Well, welcome, Mr. Green. Max.
How are we?
Max has given you a shout out for your brilliant circle work as always.
Oh, thank you. I popped a set. It's sick. That's why this game's so much better than any other sim racing game, because you can pop a set, so that's sick.
Ah, perfect. Well, welcome.
But I'll tell you what, sweating like a blind lesbian in a fish shop, that's for sure. That was intense.
Mate,
that was intense.
It looked like it was a lot of fun. You had a bit of a difficult race in race 1. I have to say, obviously not your finest work, but race 2 and certainly race 3, you did a brilliant job. You brought it home for 6th in race 3, which was just excellent.
Yeah, considering how deep the field is, and just Brands is my favourite track, and to extract every 10th, every second out of this track, you got to be on the limit. And these cars, their tyres love to overheat a little bit. So if you drop a tyre onto the grass just that little bit, it's make or break. So I did that. I got all my mistakes for the night out of the way in race 1 and race 2 and race 3. A couple of little ones here and there, but I just settled into my own little world, my little pace, and yeah, brought it home for a good P6 at the end there. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, no, you did a really good job, and obviously we've had a few comments. So we've got some aliens in here now.
Yes.
I think, I was having a brief chat to Tyler earlier, and he didn't do the last race, and I think he feels that some of these guys are quite fast. But as I said to him, it's a different game, these Porsche Cup cars, and we'll have one pre-season race heading into the season, but I think once we get into the season, we've seen guys like Tyler sort of come through to the fore in their element in those GT3 cars, and I certainly think once we get into the GT3 cars, we have balance of power. It's there's going to be good weeks and bad weeks, but we're going to see guys like that sort of come to the top a lot more, which is going to be really good, and taking it to some of these guys that at the moment seem like they're aliens.
100% agree with you. Like with the drivers that we have now, like the field is so deep with like so much talent and raw speed. So it's only going to make everyone up their game and be better and quicker and get closer to that front. So it'll be an absolute game changer. And we've seen time and time again, anything can happen in these races. You just got to persevere, be in it to win it, and you reap the benefits again. Consistency will get you a top 5 in this championship for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, we did see that for Tara. Like he finished third in the mini series championship, and that was a lot of that was, you know, he had some really good results with Watkins Glen, but a lot of that was just consistency and being up the top. I know, like myself, coming into that Bacchus race in the mini series, I was P5, and I don't think I'd finished on the podium all season in that first 4 rounds, but it was just the consistency of constantly, you know, showing up, doing races, trying to be inside the top 10 that sort of, you know, propels you forward in that championship. And I think that's what I really like about the way that this sort of series is structured and the way that we've designed it, is that, you know, not to toot our own horn, but we've set it up so that, you know, consistency is just as big as winning races.
100%. And growing up doing a lot of motocross racing myself, my coach at the time said to me that you win your races, you win the championship on your bad days. So it's all about, when you have a bad day, how much can you recover and make hay when the sun shines? Because that if you can do damage limitation, that's what's going to help you at the end, because anything can happen. We've seen spin, like we've seen Simon Bishop tonight have a little bit of a prang, and he had a little prang in quali, and you know it put him right back at the grid. He had to pull out of that last race, and that's a time and time again. He won race 1, I think he did. So and that's what I mean. He won one race, but then consistency, a few mistakes here and there can be highly costly.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Well, Greenie, thanks so much for jumping in to have a chat. Really appreciate it. It's been really good.
Thank you to have me.
See you out on track and cutting some laps today as well. You know, we miss having you in the commentary box, but it's also great to see you on track and getting some laps in.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, mate.
No worries. Well, thank you everyone for watching at home. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to do this again, fingers crossed, on Sunday for round 2. I believe, if I recall correctly, we are at Monza for round 2 on Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. We're gonna go do this at Monza with the notorious Turn 1 that we have there at the Temple of Speed. So that's going to be fun. If you thought there was a bit of carnage tonight, wait till Sunday night. But anyway, for now, we're going to leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We will catch you on Sunday night. As always, I've been Isaac, and goodbye.